Alright, welcome back to another video here on the Ethan Schaefer channel. Back at Iron in Norfolk, Virginia. It is the 22nd of December, so we're getting into the holiday season, and what better way to continue to celebrate the holidays than to absolutely obliterate my body at the gym. Today we're doing legs. Bodybuilding approach for this. Today we're going to do a light set for warm-up, followed by two moderate to heavy sets, followed by a repeat of the first set, ensuring that we're going slow and controlled, pausing at the top and controlling the eccentric. You'll see all over YouTube, Instagram, Reels, TikTok, anybody that's actually into sports science or anything like that. Like, I don't have any degrees or anything. I'm just talking about my own research and experience. There will be more muscle growth if you control the eccentric rather than just like bouncing weight around. Actually, like going into that deep stretch and stretching the muscle tissues as much as possible is going to allow your muscles to build. Like, you can just move weight around, and that'll work to an extent. If you want to maximize slow and controlled time under tension, those are the things that you're going to be looking for. So for today, that's what we're going to be doing. Wow, my voice is crazy. I still sound like I'm prepubescent at 24 years of age. So let's get in there. Quit yapping. I'm honestly kind of excited. Alright, back in classic fashion, we are starting again at the hamstring curl machine. Not the curl machine that I would want to use preferably. I like to use the seated one to start out with. Maybe I'll hit this one later out in the workout. But right now we got 25s on it, do 10 reps, and then we'll throw 10s on it for 2 sets, and then we'll drop back down to this for another set. So I know that probably looked fast, but it didn't feel fast. So that's one thing you gotta do. Actually, it's like you take videos of yourself to see how you're actually performing the movement so that you can go back later, re-watch, and critique your own form. That's gonna do it for hamstring curls. So we'll go straight to hack squat. So I talked to a guy the other day. He's got the biggest legs I've seen in a while in the gym. And I started to inquire, hey man, what do you do? Because I was like, it's just his quads that were kind of nuts. So I was like, hey man, what do you be doing to get your quads like that? And he just said, go nice, slow, and controlled, 15 reps on a hack squat. Feet position matters. So I'm trying to dive a little bit more into foot position. Obviously, the more knee flexion you get, the more quad contraction you're going to get as a result of that knee flexion. So he said his max on the hack squat, this hack squat in particular, so they're all different, was like 8 plates for 3 or 5. I think I hit 7 plates for one time. And he said that his working sets are going to be 3 plates for 15, slow and controlled, for 3 sets. So I tried to do kind of like a ratio there. I was able to do 3 plates for 15, but they weren't slow and controlled, right? So naturally, I have to drop it from there. So we're gonna warm up with 2 for the first set, and then we'll go into 3 for the next 2 sets, and then back down to 2. That was pretty good. Ooh, my quads are on fire. Hack squats. Goated. Alright. Let's see, some calf raises. Alright, I lied. No calves. We're going straight to another quad workout. I have a feeling that this is not going to feel good on my back, but let's rock with it. All right, 3 plates. Nice, slow and control. And let me tell you, who would have thought at 1:30 p.m. on a Friday afternoon that everybody knew that I was going to come in here and do legs so that they could take all the equipment that I was trying to use. Anyway, leg press, 3 plates. We'll go up to 4, but we need to focus on going nice and deep. Alright, finally made it to the only calf machine in this entire gym. No hard feelings at all though. No, I'm totally okay with there being only one calf machine in a 10,000 square foot gym. That's totally chill with me. You know, if it were my gym, I wouldn't even have any calf machines. And that's just me, because nobody needs to work on their calves. Everybody's just genetically blessed. Alright, just finished up with extensions. Trying to actually focus on which head that I was contracting. Easiest way to do that is to control which way your toes are pointing. I know I'm not on it right now. This is the hamstring curl machine, but similar style. When you're extended, if you're doing toes in, you're going to be working your outer quad. Toes out, it's going to be inner quad, and then toes straight. It's going to be that nice little muscle that sometimes pops out every now and again. So really trying to focus on getting the outer leg to grow. So I'm trying to do a little bit more toe in stuff like that. As far as hamstrings, we're just here to spam these out real quick. I'm pretty tired. I've been here for about 75 minutes. So I think this will be it. And then we'll go hit the posing room. Also running a little bit low on battery, so crank these out real quick. Put a little 90 pounds to start. Alright, just finished up with that pretty solid leg day. About an hour, 20 minutes. I really did like that 4-set change up from the normal 5 sets that we've been doing. So switching from 3 heavy to 2 light to a 1 light, 2 heavy, 1 light. It actually felt really good. So shout out to Pete for trying to change things up. It actually worked out pretty well. Let's see what pump we got going on. Let's get into it. Go over pet peeve of the gym number 2. So previously we went over number 1, which is kind of lurking next to some equipment that I'm not using, and you ask me if I'm using it. Well, I'm clearly not using it. That's pet peeve number 1. Pet peeve number 2, it's gonna have to be, I've only seen it a couple times, but there's this one dude here. I'll get him on camera eventually, whether it be me explicitly just videotaping him or him just passing through the background or something of that nature. He wears sunglasses in the gym. Like, we all know why you're doing it, bro. Just admit it. You're looking at the dudes. Like, stop being self-conscious. Like, we all do it. Nah, but for real, like, he's probably looking at chicks, which one is extremely obvious to everybody else. Like, why else are you wearing sunglasses in here? You look like an actual doofus. Just like wearing sunglasses inside a club. I'm not gonna say we all know who does it, but you could speculate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I can only imagine, like, if I was a member of the opposite sex or gender, which there's only 2 of, male and female. I don't know, you can just take that as my political stance on that. If I was a girl and there was a dude in the gym wearing sunglasses, I don't know, I would feel extremely uncomfortable. Like, we all know what the dude's doing. He's looking at some cheeks. I don't know. He's older than me, like, clearly, but I always hate this thing. So I'm 24. Like, why do I have the mental capacity to understand what's like right and wrong? I'm not saying that my opinions are correct, but they generally tend to be in a moral standpoint. So, well, we'll just leave it at that. Solid leg day. See you in the next one. Alright, I didn't mean to end the video there, actually, but I did, but I was sitting here thinking about one more thing. I did one of those little InBody scans yesterday. It, like, sends electrical pulses through your body. You can't feel it or anything like that. You can find them at, like, any 5-star nutrition, or sometimes they do have them at your gyms that you can go to that have, like, those little personal trainer areas. That's how they get you a lot. To sign up for their gyms, they're like, oh, we can get you started on a plan, and then they'll have you step on this machine. It's called the InBody. They'll have you step on the machine, and it'll scientifically beep boop its way to figure out. I mean, it's a scale, so it'll find out your weight, and then it'll separate each of your limbs into a category. So you got right arm, left leg, trunk. And then it'll measure skeletal muscle mass, lean muscle mass, water weight, fat mass, and then body fat percentage. So about 3 months ago, in September, I was 226 pounds at 22.3% body fat. I'll put up a picture of that right here. This is what I looked like. Obviously, this is what I look like now in December, and this is, according to the scientific machine, 18% body fat. Granted, everybody carries body fat in their own way. For me, I would say that my upper body is definitely leaner than my lower half. Granted, you can see that I have abs. You can see striations in my chest and in my shoulders when I do stuff. Like, yeah, see all that. You can see striations. You can see tricep definition. You can see that. You can see veins in my arms. You can see my triceps. So I'm not saying that this machine is 100% accurate, but if you do something on a consistent enough basis, you can kind of use that to perform your own sort of trend analysis for your goals and everything. So I want to do a competition in June, July next year, so approximately 6 months from now. And from September to now, December, a 3-month period, I dropped like 4 and some change percent body fat, which is pretty good. My diet has been okay. I got pretty consistent for like a month, but for the rest of it, I was kind of just free-balling my way through it, having fun. Clearly, I was eating under the necessary amount of calories for me to be maintaining weight, so I've been dropping weight, and it's been the correct weight. I've only dropped probably about half a pound of muscle, which is actually really good to have dropped around 12 pounds of fat. So that's a pretty good change up from, or not a good change up, but that's a pretty good takeaway. So for me, if I were to be consistent as to what I'm doing right now and lose another, let's say, 8% body fat, so if I'm sitting at, let's see, 211, 0.08, 211 minus 17. All right, so if I were to get down to 10% body fat, I would be around 195-ish pounds. And that's assuming that I don't lose any muscle in the process, but I would probably lose about a pound of muscle, so I'll be like, let's just say safe 190 at 10%. And 10% is a little bit high for show. I probably want to be around 7 for my first show. I think 7 is a good goal. I've never been down that low. I've only been down to probably about 10 to 11. So we'll see. We'll definitely have to ramp it up and get a little bit more serious sooner rather than later, so that I'm ready to go on stage before I go on stage, rather than pulling up late and my conditioning being off. Talked to my buddy's dad. He's like, you should set out to have your stage body ready about 3 weeks out, so that you're not behind the curve and like ruining your mental state by the time that you're actually getting on stage, trying to catch up for what you weren't able to achieve earlier on. So it's better to be ready early. There's a saying in the Navy that says, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. So we're just gonna dive deeper and get ready.